Hey everybody, this is Jan from Justice for Hire, and welcome to Tai Chi to the People, presented by Justice for Hire. And of course, every week we open up Tai Chi training to anybody and everybody who'd like to come. And if you are interested at all in becoming part of in donating, we have this is free training, but we have a class for or the donations are open to a noble cause of the week. And so the noble cause of the week this week is ASPCA, which helps. It's a wonderful organization that helps with animal cruelty and making a better world for animals. So you can invest in them, not invest, donate to them directly from our Instagram page. And other than that, all training is free. And so enjoy. And we have Tai Chi Wonder here, which is fantastic. Welcome, and of course, Mark and two very seasoned Tai Chi practitioners. So if we're gonna do this, it's gonna be great. Okay, go full screen. All right. All right. So first things first, we're gonna stand feet shoulder length apart and parallel with an imaginary string. I'm using my hair as an example. An imaginary string lifts you from the top of the head, and the whole body dangles from that string. You should feel a sensation of relaxation just cascade down the body. You want to engineer this. You want to visualize it for yourself and just convince yourself that you're hanging from this imaginary string and the body is just dangling. And when it dangles, the tailbone drops down. This tension around the muscle, the tension around the vertebrae soften, especially in the lower back, and the knees soften, and the weight shifts to the heels. So you're taking pressure off the kneecaps, off the front of the leg, and you're in this wonderful, relaxed, passive state in the heels, anchored into your heels. And the heels should feel like they're anchored, as if you actually have an anchor on them, keeping you connected to the ground. The palms will be open and facing flat down, parallel to the ground, with special tension on the middle finger of each hand. That middle finger should go from, the sensation should go through the arms from one middle finger to the other, as if the arms, this whole section of the body is just one horseshoe. The mouth will remain closed, and the tongue will be gently placed on the ceiling of the mouth. All the breathing will be through the nose, and as you inhale, you're drawing the breath in, using your base diaphragm. You have 3 sets of diaphragms. You want to use the base. More specifically, you're visualizing and inhaling into the lower dantian, which is about 3 finger lengths below the belly button. In yoga, it's known as the second chakra, the orange one. So it's a conceptual space right in the center line of the body, just under these 3 finger lengths of the belly button. You're going to inhale using the base diaphragm into that conceptual space, giving the sensation of breathing a color. Whatever color intuitively comes to you, and see, feel, and experience that color gathering right here. When you exhale, push the color up, through the shoulders, down the arms, and the palms and fingertips. About an inch or 2 beyond. Inhaling into the belly. Exhale, washing the color down. This color, among other things, is a vehicle for the attention. Exhale, washing the color down. You want to give your attention a vehicle so that you can drive it where you want it to go. The better you get at that, the higher quality intent you can give to your attention. Inhaling deep. Exhale, washing the color down. Soften the wrists. Inhale, breath lifts the wrists. Arms stay very relaxed, and you exhale, wash the color through the palms and fingertips. Inhale, drawing it in. The hands will come above the head, and you'll interlace the fingers as you exhale and sink down. Hands will come to your collarbone. You'll inhale, stretching up, and going onto your toes, pushing up, stretching up to the ceiling, out of the shoulders, out of the hips, exhaling down. This is called uplifting heaven. Previous exercise is called gilded pillar. Inhaling up again, drawing the color into your belly. When you exhale, wash the color out through the palms and fingertips. Notice that my arms are about 45 degrees out from my hips rather than straight out. Helps to keep the shoulders relaxed and the circulation shooting to the palms and fingertips that much faster. Inhale up. Interlace the fingers, exhaling down. The weight starts to shift forward as you go in the ball of your feet. Inhale, lift up, stretching onto the toes, out of the hips, exhaling down. Inhaling up. Breathing formula number 2, even deeper inhalation. Interlace your fingers, exhale down. Inhaling up. Stretching out of the shoulders, out of the hips, onto your toes, exhaling down. Inhaling up. Breathing formula 3. Exhale, wash the color out through the palms and fingertips. Inhale up. Interlace. Inhale even deeper this time. And inhale even deeper again. 3-stage inhalation. Exhaling out. Again, inhaling up. Drawing the color into the belly. Exhale, wash the color out. Inhale, drawing in 1. Even deeper 2. Even deeper 3. 3-stage inhalation. Exhaling down. Breathing formula 4. This helps to expand the lung capacity. Inhaling out 1. Even deeper 2. Even deeper 3. Even deeper 4. And the exhalation is just as long as the inhalation. Inhale 1. Even deeper 2. Second stage catalyzes the movement. Even deeper 3. Every movement has its own stage of breath. Even deeper 4. Exhaling down. You can kind of think of the breath. If you like X-Men, I think there's a character in X-Force named Cannonball, and he shoots and then he shoots again and he kind of flies himself across the sky. But you always see these little explosions as he picks up speed. So you see one line, explosion, another line, bigger explosion, another line. He keeps going straight, but there's all these little explosions propelling him forward. Similarly, when you do this breath work, you want that single stream of breath to expand out and expand out and expand out when you're going through the stages of breathing. So it's almost like a mini explosion. Each one of these breaths creates this mini explosion, slow motion, visually. It's just one way to think about it. There are many ways to think about it. This time we're going to do the same breath, except activate our muscles a little bit more specifically. The lower down chin first, the oblique second, the lower back expanding outward third, and then the entire belt on the 4th inhalation, all muscles utilized together. So inhaling 1, the belly expands. Still seeing the color in the belly. Even deeper 2 with the obliques. Even deeper 3, the lower back expands. Even deeper 4, the entire belt. Exhaling down. And feel how much more oxygen you take in with that slight adjustment. 1 more. Belly. Even deeper obliques. Even deeper lower back. Even deeper. The entire belt stretching up. Exhaling down. Widen the stance, hollow fist resting right on your hips. You're in a half horse stance. So your tailbone's down, your feet are shoulder length and a half apart. Very relaxed hands. These hollow fists should almost feel like meditation position, except the fingers are in. Relaxing the shoulders, meaning that you lift the hands to the hips, and then you relax everything in between the wrists and the shoulders. The elbows fall outward, which softens your shoulder. The pelvis will rotate on the femur so that your spine remains straight, meaning that you won't compress the chest. You'll bend here. Inhale to the belly, exhaling down. Inhale, breath pulls you to the side and up, eyes on the belly button, exhaling down. Inhale, breath pulls you to the side and up, eyes on the belly button, exhaling down. 2 more. The breath should feel like a rope that you're climbing. So visually, you're doing this, pulling in, exhaling, releasing. 1 more. And then release. And reverse. 4 times in a direction. Coming down. Inhale, breath lifts the wrists up. Exhale, washing out. Inhale, drawing in. Exhale. Today we'll do some Yang Neigong exercises, which is really more so about building up. You really only want to do the Yang exercises after you've built up a bunch of your own internal energy and life force to move this stuff around. So it's really about building up the energy in your own body, which you'll actually be able to feel. So if you've been doing this with us for a few weeks, go for this. And if you haven't, I recommend checking out some of our previous videos before doing this. You can do this, I just don't recommend doing it without having done some of our previous training consistently. We'll do this today because we have Mark and Tai Chi Wonder on here, and both of them are very experienced Tai Chi practitioners, so they'll be able to do this and actually feel it, while someone who's not experienced may either not feel anything, or you may actually like cause certain circulatory issues in your chest, which people have reached out to me on before when they've done this without proper preparation. So this is a warning. Don't do this if you haven't done our previous stuff. Stop watching now and go to our YouTube channel and watch some of the previous stuff. Okay, so this is the Yang style Neigong, or the Yang set from the Wu style Neigong. Inhaling up, just lifting the hands very gently. And exhale, pushing the breath down. You can stand if you'd like, but you don't need to. Second part, inhale like you're holding rocks very gently, very gentle. Drawing the color into the belly. Exhale, pushing the breath, the visualization through the palms. And number 3, inhaling up. Phoenix eye fist. Phoenix eye right there. You're gonna hold the Phoenix eye fist up. Even deeper, like you're pulling a string apart, expanding it, and then exhale outside of the hips. 1 is very gentle, just lifting the wrists and right down in front of you. Even deeper. 2, like you're holding rocks. So now there's a slight energization in the fingertips. And even deeper. 3, Phoenix eye fist. At the collarbone, you inhale even deeper, pull apart, and wrists, just the wrists. Holding the rocks. Phoenix eye fist. Breath 1, inhalation, breath 2. Outside the hips. Do 2 more sets, just the wrists, the rocks. Phoenix eye fist. Even deeper. 1 more. Wrists. side fist. Even deeper. Railings on, actually this is not railings. This is punching the water, drawing the wrists up, hollow fists. Exhale, pushing, you're using the waist, not the hips here. I should lower the camera just a little bit so I can use the waist, turning, pushing the breath in slow motion through the right hand, turning to your left side, and you're gonna punch past your hip, past your hip line. So you're gonna punch past the hip line. And the color visualization shoots through these two knuckles, index and middle finger. So here, inhale, drawing the breath back up the arm into the belly, the color visualization. Exhaling, turning to the other side, and then intensify the exhalation for the punch. Inhaling up, drawing the breath into the belly. Drawing it up. Again, using your waist, leaving the hips behind, so you want more flexibility, a whipping flexibility in the waist. Pushing the breath beyond these two knuckles, index and middle finger. The hand softens after the punch. Right on impact, there's a slight squeeze, or should I say about an inch or two before impact. Slight squeeze in the hand, and then you soften the hand as it pulls back up. Two more each side. Next is galloping horse, inhaling up. Breath lifts the wrists forward. So the arms come out. Even deeper, they come in. And exhale, pushing down in between, inside the hips. Inhaling up. Even deeper, outside the hips. Inhaling up. Even deeper, inside, then outside. Notice that there's a two-stage inhalation for each exhalation. Stage 1, stage 2, stage 1, stage 2. Really do your best to keep the breath as silent as possible. I feel like I'm having a little challenge doing that today because my nose is a little stuffy. Definitely visualize the color in the belly and then blasting that color through the hands from the belly out. Two more sets. Inhaling up, lifting the wrist, and this is railings on both sides, exhaling, turning to one side, one palm out, other palm covering. The palm is out, will be 45 degrees out from the hip. The shoulder blade disappears into the upper back. Meaning that if it's here, you find your shoulder blade sticking out, move the shoulder blade forward while keeping your shoulder down, very soft. The other palm is in alignment with the hand underneath. You're looking at the middle finger of the top hand, inhaling, drawing the color in through the bottom palm. Exhale, push it out through the top palm. About 6 breaths here. And now drop the top palm down and rotate the bottom palm up. We have this, palms are essentially facing each other in the same position. Eye on the middle finger of the top hand. Inhale, drawing the color in through the bottom hand. Exhale, pushing it out to the top. And once you're comfortable, turn the waist a little more. Again, 6 breaths. Once you get to 6, dropping the top hand down, bottom hand comes up. Bottom hand, palm facing down. Top hand, elbow is relaxed. Shoulder blade in, meaning at the back, the shoulder blade disappears inward. Eye and the middle finger of the top hand. Hands are right over each other. Other side. It almost looks like you're setting up for a pendulum block in boxing, the moment beforehand. Inhale, drawing the color in through the bottom hand. Exhale, pushing it through the top. You want to be more specific with the breath work. You're inhaling and drawing the color up the soft part of the bottom arm, the palm, the inside of the arm. Exhale, pushing it from the belly through the shoulder blade down the top part of the arm, the right arm, or your top hand. The hard part of the arm through the hard part, top, back of the hand, through the fingertips. 6 breaths. And inhale, turning the waist to the other side. And hold the position. Open palm stays 45 degrees out. Check the shoulder blade, check the tailbone that it's down. Bottom hand facing down. Eye on the middle finger of the top hand. Inhaling through the bottom hand, exhaling to the top. Make sure the spine feels like a pillar. The body feels wrapped around it like vines, so that imaginary string lifting from the top of the head maintains the posture. And you can sink and sit to that from the side. If you find yourself the lower back sticking out, drop it down. keep making all the adjustments so you can feel as if you're dangling from that string, anchored it to the heels. And drop the palm, the top hand down, bottom hand turns up so that palms are facing each other. Same breathing, inhaling into the bottom hand, exhaling to the top. This posture makes for a very interesting sensation on the shoulder blade, because as you push this in, it's very similar to the sensation of covering from a hook, protecting oneself with the hook. So you're really almost turtle shelling on one part of the body. So you'll feel that compression here as you push the shoulder blade in. Front shoulders slightly rounded inward. And don't mind my bottom hand, it should be facing my top, but I have a scar tissue on my wrist, so I can't turn the palm over all the way, but it should be facing upward. Inhale deep, switching the arms, bottom hand becomes the top, top becomes the bottom, both palms over each other, directly over each other, and turn, really drop the elbow off that top arm and push the shoulder blade in. Line the middle finger at the top, turn the waist a little more, inhaling through the bottom hand to the top, exhale to the top. The bottom hand spins, meaning these three fingers, index, middle finger, and thumb, spin forward in the same direction that your hips are facing. Remember, you're using the waist, not the hips, to turn the upper body. So you leave the hips behind, the fingers spin. By nature of the finger spinning, look how it rounds the shoulder, helps to open the shoulder, the valves up here. Get 6 breaths for each one of these positions. Inhale, drawing the hands forward, turning the waist, and then shift the weight onto one leg. I'm going to pick my right leg, turning my foot in so that my toes face forward, shifting the weight down. And this is the old man rowing the boat sequence. My weight is all the way on my back leg, my front leg, the toes are up. Actually, drop the camera down a little bit. Toes on my supporting leg are forward. Only the heel touches on my front leg rather than the toes down, the toes are up. Hands are right at my hips from the front view, toes forward, foot up. And from this Wu style position, posture, imaginary stringless from the top of the head, you'll feel a straight line from the top of the head through the spine to the heel. Even if the leg is bent, the weight's mostly on the heel, and you should be able to lift your foot. That's how much weight's on the back leg. The feet are still shoulder width apart. You're going to exhale and drape the arms forward. Exhaling through the ridge hand right here. of the arms and the elbows down. Inhale, drawing the color in, letting the hands float down, and exhale, pushing forward. When you push off the back heel, which stays anchored, you'll be in your A-frame at the end of the posture, which means nose over knee, knee over the big toe, relaxing the hip so that the weight goes down the inside of the leg. The hips don't stay square, they actually collapse inward a little bit, meaning your back hip will collapse into the groin of the front to help you anchor more in this front leg. Inhale, draw back. Exhale, pushing forward. Again, there's a straight line from the heel, which is in the ground, to the top of the head. Inhaling back. Exhale. Straight line from the heel to the top of the head. Chin down, eyes looking upward to be forward. Inhaling deep. Exhale. Inhale, drawing in 45 degrees. Exhale. Inhale, draw it back. Exhale, shoulder blades soften, disappear into the upper back. When you inhale, it's as if you're guiding pressure downward very gently. And now inhale, opening the hands up. Load. Palms right in front of you. Exhale, pushing forward, keeping the elbows down. Elbows will be down. Inhale, drawing back in. Hands coming up to the loading position. Exhale, push forward. This is a very long push from 45 degrees, very long push. Notice that the elbows stay down, which help to stick to the chest or arms of an opponent. So inhale, drawing back. Even deeper as the hands come in. Load, there's a slight drop in the hip on the load. Exhale. And we're doing this exercise in a hyper-detailed fashion because there's a very easy, flowy version of it, which is great. It's back and forward. Back and forward. So these are beautiful, just these beautiful circles of inhaling back, exhale, pushing forward. And you definitely want to do this version of the exercise, but I always recommend doing the very detailed versions first so you can see all the small moments that actually generate the true power. So from a push hands martial perspective, this load gets you underneath your opponent's shoulders. Load, drop the hips. It's a very subtle drop. When you exhale, you push forward, in and up, which launches your opponent's shoulders over their own hips, which gets you a very long push and knocks them back. Inhale, drawing in. The second pressure helps to close arms if you need to lock up or grapple. Exhale, pushing forward, in and up to the other side. Sinking in, exhale, pushing off the back heel, forward, in and up. And really launching outward. The elbows never straighten or lock. They'll be very soft, and you're reaching through the curve, it's called, which means you extend without locking. Inhale, drawing in. 4 more. And again, you can smooth it out as long as you can still feel the rhythm of those moments that we were talking about, the load. Even this separation is a 2-part, separate and bring in. Exhale. Separate, inhaling, even deeper, bringing in. And switching legs. Same motion, just switch the legs. Exhaling out. Inhale, drawing. Even deeper load. Exhale. Notice that the elbows stay down when you're doing this, so that the pressure, all the weight, the natural, gentle weight of the arms is focused downward, which makes your arms heavier. They feel light to you, but heavy to an opponent. When you align the bones, like gravity naturally pull it down. Now, deep, even deeper. Even deeper, loading. The hands will be about shoulder width apart as well. And the chin will remain tucked so that you keep the back of your neck straight, which is part of the spine. You lift it up, you'll feel the tension in the back of the neck, and causes a whole bunch of issues. One, helps to disrupt your, it's said that that area of the neck helps to regulate your perception of time. So I don't know how true that is, but at the very least, if you stick your chin out and you're boxing, your chin can get hit. So you want to keep your chin tucked. But I do agree that I've found myself having a tense neck when I think I don't have a lot of time, and I have to soften my neck so that I feel a little more calm. So inhaling deep, even deeper. Again, tucking in the chin. Eyes are looking slightly upward to look forward. Inhaling 1, even deeper 2, load 3, exhale, pushing shoulder blades forward. Again, these are all like slow motion explosions from the belly, seeing that color. Exhale, pushing the color through the palms and fingertips, washing it down the arms. And now reverse the direction, inhaling deep. Exhale, draping the arms. Exhaling through the rich hand. Inhale, drawing in. Exhale, draping the arms. The shoulder blades push in as you go outward. Right here, you can see them going in. It's not lifting the shoulders up, it's forward. The shoulders go forward, inhaling deep. Exhale, the shoulder blades go in so the shoulders go forward. A lot of security guards use a similar technique, bouncers I should say, to remove drunk people from bars, reaching behind the drunk person, lifting their arms up because they can't hit them back legally. So this mechanic is actually very similar to that lift of a drunk person tying up their arms and lifting their arms above their head. Flailing arms. Three more. Inhale, draw in. Exhale, sitting into your horse stance. Inhaling up, crossing the arms, and exhale, pushing the outside arm, pushes as you turn. Both feet are 45 degrees out, one pivots, now both are 45 degrees in the same direction, pushing the arm and turning. Notice that one hand is pushing 45 degrees into the corner behind me. My front foot is 45 degrees to the corner in front of me. So one corner, two corner, my back hand is pointing 45 degrees behind me, three corners. My eye will be on the middle finger of my back hand. Turn around so you can see the other direction. My eyes in the middle finger of my backhand. Feel the push and extension through the front hand, even though the eye is in the middle finger of the backhand. And notice that the elbows are down. Inhaling into the belly. I like to inhale through the extended backhand, through the front hand that my eye is not on, and going deeper into the push. The straight leg heel is anchored into the ground. This heel is anchored into the ground. 70% of your weight is on the bent leg, mostly on the heel of both legs. And inhale, drawing the hand back, so the back hand comes forward and covers the front hand. The back hand comes forward, covers the front hand, pivoting this leg 45 degrees to the other corner, shift the weight, exhale, pivoting the back leg, and doing the same thing but reversed. My weighted leg with the 70% pointed 45 degrees in one corner, front hand 45 degrees in the other corner, back hand 45 degrees in the other corner. And drop the elbows down and extend, reaching through the curve. And inhale, drawing the hand in. This is now called chopping the laurel tree. You're going to open up the back leg 45 degrees, and so you can see that pivot 45 degrees out, back leg opens first, and then you shift into it, and you'll chop up. Now the other back leg pivots 45. Before you shift the weight into it, it pivots again, shift, chopping up. Pivots, then shift, chopping up. Pivots, then shift, chopping up. And so you can see the upper body movement. Chopping up, eye looking at the right middle or the middle finger of the high hand, and then it covers down. The hand should feel like they're in water, swimming across, the bottom hand moving water aside. This one then chops upward. Eye looking at the upper hand, covers. So you get that nice little cover moment, cover as you pivot. And then shift the weight, chopping up. Cover. Inhaling as you chop up. Exhale. So when you exhale, you'll feel the weight, the dropping, the relaxation going into the forearm. Moving something aside. Inhale, chopping up, reaching almost to the corner. Exhale, dropping down. Feel the hip drop with the forearm. Hip drops with the forearm. Now we're using the hip and the waist. Inhaling up. Exhale. Inhaling up. Exhale, chopping down. Inhaling up. Reach. The posture is very specific. Again, you still have that very traditional Wu style posture, where there's a straight line from the back heel to the top of the head. So the spine is angled, even though it's straight. It's angled in relation to the ground at 45 degrees. Exhale down. Feel the work in the waist. Again, feel the drop in the hip. Inhaling up. Hip is turning. Exhale, the one that just turned, it drops as you shift the weight. Inhale up. This hip is going to drop as you exhale, as the waist turns. A big part of the Tai Chi sticking
is the coordination of the hips, the waist, and the contact point of the opponent. So being mindful of these little moments will help you stick that much more readily. That drop in the hip, the connection to the forearm drops with the pivot of the leg. So boom, you become very, very heavy. Simply because of the coordination. And looking forward from this movement, chopping forward. Notice that the back leg went behind me. Both my feet are parallel forward. I'm in my A-frame, straight line from the back heel to the top of the head, and nose over the knee over the big toe. Boom, here. This is sleeping tiger rolls over. My right hand is forward, my left hand is out, but whatever arm is out, you'll essentially have one is straight, one is to the side. You're going to cover, the other hand scoops up and forward. Cover, 70% of the way forward. Use the hips and the waist to really feel it rolling. There's 5 variations to this exercise. We'll only do one today because of time. You can inhale up, exhaling down. You can really play with the breathing here as long as the breathing is motivating the movement. Chopping straight up the center. Cover from the side, straight up the center, cover. Side, straight up the center, cover. And the covering rides the hip and the waist. All of it is moving together. So you'll feel the momentum, the connection. The middle finger comes up to the nose level. It should cover the nose. And then inhaling out to the center, middle finger to the nose level, cover. Notice that the hand that's rising scoops in and comes right up the center line. And you definitely want the posture, the back angle. It's going to put a lot of wonderful pressure on the obliques, abs, and the back. Man, this is the number one exercise to build core strength that I've ever experienced. So I highly recommend doing it leaning forward rather than upward, which is actually a different exercise. So really get that lean in. And then switch the legs. Recommend doing about 50 of these on each side. Inhaling up. Cover. And the palm, one palm up, the palm that's in front, other palm, the one that's to the side, is down. And then cover. Other palm up, even though my wrist won't turn that way. This palm should be down, cover. Again, using the hips and the waist. The Wu style likes to really isolate and be very specific between when you use the hip and when you use the waist in the neck gong exercises. But then it brings it together beautifully in the form. So with all of these, you really want to feel when you extend forward, reaching through the hip. So the hip really brings the weight forward, or its momentum forward, especially when you're doing push hands or any type of grappling art. Really bring the weight forward, the momentum. Inhale, drawing in. Exhale, pushing out one side. And as we push, we're going to lay our chest onto our thigh. Exhaling, drop, 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 drop. As much as you can. The palm is pushing forward on the corresponding thigh side. The eyes stay on the middle finger of that palm, but the nose is facing the back palm. The back toe touches, so the heel is not down here. Inhaling up, and exhale, push to the other side. dropping the chest on the thigh. Eye on the middle finger of the pushing hand, the leaning hand, nose to the middle finger of the back hand. Inhaling up one more time each side. Inhaling up, other side one more time. Exhale, feel the push, the lean, the drop, the ribs to the thigh. Inhaling up, and sitting perched like a bird in the half horse stance, elbows down, shoulder blades in, middle finger or thumbs as high as your eyeballs. Inhale, drawing it to the belly. Exhale, spread to the whole body. Exhale, drop the hands down. Palm as high as your floating ribs. Shoulder blades still forward. Same breathing. Inhale, draw the hands forward. Even deeper sinking. Even deeper. And hold, bringing the light visualization up. Hold the breath to the heart. And then exhale, push forward and down. Inhale, drawing in, sinking lower. Even deeper, gathering the belly. And then hold the breath. Bring the light visualization up. Push it out of the heart through the hands. Inhale, drawing the color into the belly. Even deeper. Hold to the heart. If you want, inhale here, suck in the belly button as you go past it, bringing the light up and release. One more. Inhale, draw in. Exhaling, bring the feet shoulder length apart. Inhaling up, stirring through the kidneys. Bring the color visualization through. Exhale, wash it down. Inhale, draw the light into the belly. Split the light through the kidneys. Exhale, wash down the back. Inhale, draw the color in. Split it through the kidneys. Exhale, wash down. Two more. Inhale, just lifting the fingertips. And then exhale, let them float down. Again, just the fingertips. Just the fingertips float down. Grabbing rocks with the fingers and lean forward as you lift. Just grabbing rocks. Exhale, release, let them float down. Shift the weight back to the heels. Inhale, grabbing rocks. Weight shifts the balls of the feet and the big toe. Exhale, weight back to the heels. Inhale, just the fingertips again. And hold the middle finger at eye level on each hand. Do your best to quiet the mind and the whole body. We'll stay here for a moment. Inhale deep. Exhaling down. Feet 2 fists apart. Inhale, breath lifts the wrists, fingers to the back wall. Chest at ceiling. Hips forward, weight on the toes. Exhale, butt back, fingers soft. Soft knees. Inhaling out. Fingers reach to the back wall. Chest at ceiling. Hips forward, weight on the toes. Exhale, butt back, fingers soft. From here, chop up the legs with the blade of the hand rather than slapping. You're going to chop up the front, chopping up the body with the blade to the hands, chopping up the arms. After the Yang set, you chop rather than slap. The Yin set, you slap. Again, inside the arm, chopping up the soft part. Exhale, chopping down the hard part on the other side. Chopping up the soft part. Turn, chopping down the hard part with the blade on either side of the hand. One more time. Chopping up the soft, turn it, chopping down hard. Fists on the upper back, over the shoulder. And then blades again, chopping down the back. Getting gentle around the kidneys, but chopping down the backs of the legs. Inhaling up. Exhale down. Run. And around the chest. Rubbing, tapping around the obliques, the pectoral muscles. Massaging into the lymph nodes. Floating rib up. Again, other side. Sternum, 4 fingers up and down. Hook shape, either side of the collarbone. Open the palms, looking up. Very strong pressure up the neck. Back the neck, strong pressure wiping off. Hook under the lip. Thumb under the chin for the hormone squeeze. 1, 2, 3. Switch, hook, squeeze. 1, 2, 3. Up on the face to the side, up to the side, up to the side. Fingers to the scalp, front to back, back to front to back, back to front, and massage. Front to back, back to front. Put the fingers out, thumbs. 1, 2, 3, grab. Close the eyes, inhale white light. Exhale, spread the whole body. Inhale, white light at the front, foot to head. Exhale, roll it down the back, head to heels. Inhale, white light at the left side, foot to head. Exhale, roll it down the back, the right side, head to foot. Inhale, white light to the belly. Exhale, push it to the top of the head, like a fountain. Let it surround the body, making a bubble of light. One more breath into the belly, exhaling down the legs into the ground. Let it come back up and around like a fountain in reverse. Bigger bubble of light. Let's have gratitude for the body, good people around you, space you're in. Thank you guys so much for training. Everybody who trained at home, love you. And if anyone wants to donate, you can go right to our Instagram page, and ASPCA is right on the fundraiser thing. You can just press it, takes you right to their site, and you can donate directly to them. And we love you guys. I'm going to press stop on the record now.